Hello, friends. Welcome to A Mom's Guide to Teen Girl Self-Esteem. Now, we are going to talk mostly about how you can respond to your teen when she's saying things about herself, when she's feeling low, and kind of demonstrating that she's not really loving herself or feeling confident about herself. Now, there's lots of things that we can do with your teen girl. And as you saw in my thank you page, there's a few freebies there to help you with that. And right now, what we're going to do is talk about how you can respond to help her gain better self-esteem. Now, one of the most important things we can do is offer our teen validation. Now, validation is something that I think most of us misunderstand. We feel like when we validate someone, we are agreeing with them. We're saying that what they're saying is right. And so we kind of avoid and move away from validating the people in our lives. But this can't be more wrong. Validation is not agreeing, it's not understanding. Validation is expressing to the person we're talking to that we see them and we hear them, and we are there for them, to be there to listen and to connect with them. Validating our teens when they are expressing things about themselves that they do not like, when they are expressing feelings of anxiety and depression, it is not intuitive for us to validate. We see that as a problem. We want to fix them. We want to help them. And in that process, we actually communicate to them that what they're thinking and feeling isn't okay, and that actually lowers their self-esteem even more. So when your daughter comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm not good at anything," usually your response might be, "Oh no, sweetie, you're good at so many things." And then you list off all the things they're good at, all the friends that like them, all the good things in their life. Now, it's well-meaning and we're trying to help them, but what it does is say to them, "Hey, what you're thinking and feeling and experiencing right now is not okay, and you should see all of these other things." And then what they do is they take that feeling and they take those thoughts and they shove them really deep down, and then it's harder for them to deal with what they're experiencing. So instead, what we want to do is we want to see them and hear them and let them know that that's what's happening. So when your daughter comes to you and she says, "I'm not good at anything," you can say, "There must be something going on for you right now to make you say that. What's happening?" And so in that moment, we've said, "Hey, I see what you're saying. It's okay that you're saying that. And do you want to tell me more about it?" We kind of open the conversation for them to tell more. Now, sometimes they're not going to want to. Sometimes they are just in this place where they're wanting to feel that. And that's okay too. But giving them the opportunity and the invitation to tell you more about it actually helps them work through what is bringing up that thought for them. Because when we come in and say, "Oh, no, that's not true," they don't have the opportunity to process through what they're experiencing. They kind of shove it aside and they're like, "Oh no, I should just focus on all the things I'm good at." Now, the reason they're saying I'm not good at anything is because something happened. They had a thought about what happened and they're having an emotional response to that experience. And we want to help them work through that. We want them to talk about it. We want them to know that it's okay that these thoughts come up. We want them to know that it's okay for them to feel sad, to feel anxious, to feel disappointed. Because when they push away those emotions and tell them that it's not okay, when they tell themselves it's not okay to feel those things, then they're not able to move to that place where they see all of the good things. They have to process through the difficult emotions so they can get to the place where they can see the amazing things that they do, that they can feel proud, that they can feel confident. And so we as parents have this amazing opportunity to model for our kids the most helpful way to deal with hard things in their life. And when they're able to deal with these hard things that come up and these thoughts about themselves that are not kind, they are then able to move to a place where they can think kind thoughts, where they can feel those things we want them to feel. Validation is how we do that. We let them know that all the things they're experiencing is not a problem. And that's when they're more likely to open up to us. If we tell them that what they're thinking and feeling isn't okay, they're far less likely to come next time to tell us what's going on. Then we're unable to help them process through that. So when they come to you and they say things like, I hate myself, that's really hard to hear as a mom. And it's very easy to want to say, no, you don't. You shouldn't say that. But again, we're not validating them and they're going to move away and not process through that. We might say, wow, there must be something really hard happening for you to say that. Tell me more about that. Why do you feel like you hate yourself right now? It can be as simple as that. Like, wow, I see that you're really having a hard time liking yourself right now. What's going on? And again, the words that I say are not necessarily the words that you should say. When you want to know what to say, you want to ask yourself, how am I going to let my teen know right now that I see them and hear them in what they're experiencing? And the words will come to you. And as you trust yourself, then those words will come so that you're able to validate what they're experiencing. Now, the next step past validation in terms of their words is helping them validate their emotion. So maybe you might say, hey, it seems like you're feeling really depressed right now. Do you want to tell me what's going on? Or do you want to sit with me? We want to let them know that it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel depressed. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. Our brain is going to have those emotions, and they're based usually on the things that we're telling ourselves about ourselves. So they, again, need to be able to actually feel that emotion so that they can process through it and move to another emotion. So when we're able to help them, we can ask them how they're feeling. Hey, looks like you're feeling down today. What feeling is that for you? And they might be able to tell you. And if not, you don't necessarily have to label the emotion. It can be helpful, but you don't have to. You could say, it looks like you're feeling depressed. Do you want to talk? Is there something you want to talk about? What's going on? Right? And again, sometimes asking that follow up question is too much. Again, you just have to gauge with your child what is the best approach at the time. So maybe they just need you to say, hey, looks like you're feeling depressed. I'm right here. I can sit with you. And when you're ready to talk, I'm here. And again, sometimes less words is more. Hey, I see you're depressed. I'm here. Sometimes that's all you need, right? And then they'll open up when they're ready. The other thing that can help them with validating that emotion, if they're open to this, is you can say, hey, like, where are you feeling that emotion right now? Is it in your chest? Is it in your belly? What does it feel like? Can you describe it? And again, depending on the child, they may be open to this or not. In helping them process through that emotion, the more they can describe it, maybe it feels big or small, warm or cold, that helps them to process through that emotion. And as we do this with them, we're sending the message that, hey, whatever you're feeling right now, it's okay. Whatever's coming up for you, you're accepted by me. I connect with you. And this goes so much further than just coming to your teen and saying, hey, I think you're great. I think you're amazing. You're accepted by me. We can say those words, but unless we're validating what they're thinking and feeling, they're not necessarily going to believe us. So this is the key to helping our teen girls with their self esteem. They need to know whatever they're thinking and feeling, whatever's coming up for them is okay, even if it feels scary for us. The more we acknowledge and validate those things, the more likely they are to move to a more healthy way of seeing themselves. And if you want some more ideas for self love, check out the podcast in the thank you page. And also, I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about self love, different ways to create self love for our teens. And videos are for teens and some for parents as well. And if you're really ready to help your daughter with her self esteem in a really fun, applicable, hands on way, you need to come to my mother daughter retreat in June. We are going to be taking all of these skills as moms and daughters. We're going to be building self love and exploring what that actually looks like, and then going out in the world and doing it. practicing things, doing things, having conversations. And we're also going to have a ton of fun. We're going to be at the beach. We're going to visit Anne of Green Gables. We're going to do some things that feel a little scary and practice feeling those emotions. So many opportunities to connect with your teen and so much support from me while we practice validating what they're experiencing as we go through these 3 days of activities of learning and playing together. And so, if you really want to build that relationship with your teen, you want to know how to really show up and help her grow that self esteem, and you want her to have that support to know how she can feel confidence and feel self love for herself and kind of explore what's happening in her own brain, my mother daughter retreat is going to be the best way to do that. All the details are in this link. So go check that out. And as well as all of these conversations, we're going to be doing some meditation and mindfulness and yoga to really connect with our bodies. Because as we connect with our bodies with these new ideas and learning of self love, we are able to love ourselves on a deeper level. So, this is going to be such a transformational weekend as we learn about the mindset, help ourselves love ourselves, and then we really feel it inside our bodies. Can't wait to see you there. And thank you so much for being a mom who wants to help your daughter build her self esteem. There are so many girls out there that are struggling to see their value, to understand why they are amazing. And as a mom, I know it is so hard to watch your teen beat herself up and tell herself she's not good enough. I have felt that pain like you. And the good news is there is something to do about it. We don't have to just stand by and watch this happen. So I hope that this video really helped you in knowing how to take action moving forward. And if you want more help, please come to the Mother Daughter Retreat. Check out the other freebies on the thank you page, and you'll receive links to those again. So excited to have you here in the Youth Rising community. See you later.